What's up YouTube? Jeff back again, and today another very exciting Samsung video for you guys. Today I'm going to talk about the phone of the year for 2022, and I used to make like a top 5 video, but honestly we already know what is my #1 phone of the year. It's the Galaxy S22 Ultra. And so instead of making a top 5 list, what I thought I would do is talk about this phone and whether or not it's still worth it going into 2023, because we know the S23 Ultra is going to be coming up soon, and kind of discuss some of the pros and cons of maybe upgrading. Before I do that, I want to remind you guys, if you are set on upgrading to an S23 Ultra, or after you watch the video you think that it's the right thing for you to do in a couple of months, I do have the pre-orders for my mystery boxes for the S23 launch already on my website. You're going to get a free case, a free phone stand, like this desktop phone stand here as well, as you can see right there. Goes up and down, folds like that. And at the end of the day, you're also going to get a cleaning kit and some other randomly assorted goodies as well. So you can check all of those out in the description, the pinned comment. It's 100% free. I cover the shipping. All you got to do is add to cart the phone size you want, and they will ship in February when the phone launches. You'll have to provide proof of purchase just to make sure that people are not getting these and not buying the device. So let's talk about the S22 Ultra a little bit and talk about some of the things that I've experienced this year with this phone. Obviously, as we know, first of all, let me take the case off of it. By the way, some people asked about this case in a previous video. It's got a little bit of fingerprints to it. I didn't notice that, but this is the official Samsung clear standing kickstand case. It's one of the most sturdy kickstand cases in my opinion. You can stand it vertically or horizontally and it works great. And it's not too bulky, so I recommend it. It's only like 30 bucks. I have the blue version of the S22 Ultra. I've actually had 3 versions this year because I use mine a lot and I just wanted to switch colors, honestly. I mean, that's the only reason I switched. There's nothing wrong with my other phones. I had a white one for launch because I didn't want to wait on the special colors. I switched to a graphite for a couple months, and then I switched to the sky blue, another special color. I really did want a red one, but it didn't look too red. It looked kind of orange. So what are the things that kind of I didn't like about this phone? There aren't really that many, so I'll start with that. The #1 thing that I've found annoying about this phone, and I've experienced, it's not really a defect. I think it's just the way that Samsung applies it. The oleophobic coating on the S22 Ultra does not appear to be as good as some other phones out there. Namely, right around the fingerprint sensor area, if you use the fingerprint sensor, after about 4 or 5 months, it's going to be such that anytime you touch it, it's just going to be a fingerprinty mess. Now, this doesn't even really look that bad. This I can actually wipe off with my microfiber cloth. But with my first device, the white one I had from launch, that one was getting a lot of fingerprints, and I had to apply some new oleophobic coating liquid to it because it was becoming such a pain, so bothersome to me. It's not really a huge problem. Most people probably won't notice it. If you put a screen protector on here, you won't notice it. I don't use screen protectors on my devices because I just don't like them. Now, in terms of the durability of the device, I usually keep a case on it, but no screen protector, and I really haven't gotten any scratches on any of the models I had, all 3 of them. So the glass, the durability, even the back as well. My back is completely pristine on all the other ones when I sold them as well. So the durability has been fantastic, aside from the oleophobic coating issue. The only other issues that I really have is that there is a little bit of occasional hiccup, not so much after the One UI 5.0 update, but there's still a little bit of jankiness with the animations. I don't notice it all the time, but navigating around the settings menu, things like that, jumping in and out of apps, occasionally there can be a little jankiness. It doesn't bother me as much because we get so many great features from Samsung on top of the regular software. We have all the good lock features, and I basically run all the good lock features because, I make update videos on these all the time. I'm running almost all of these good lock modules. That's putting a lot of strain on the operating system processing power. And even though it is a very expensive flagship, you got to be realistic. That's going to contribute to a little bit of hiccups, a little bit of slowness here and there in your everyday use. The last thing is not really a complaint for me, but I certainly read it from a lot of people in the comments, and that's the battery life. The battery life on this phone, for me, I find it to be fine. I get about 5.5 hours screen on time with mixed usage. I'm on Wi-Fi a lot of the day, but I do use 5G LTE in the evenings and in the mornings, so maybe like 3 or 4 hours a day. 5.5 to 6 hours is fine for me. I mean, I still don't have to charge this really during the daytime if I don't want to, which is what I expect from a flagship device. And I use it pretty heavy. I mean, I use it for a lot of stuff. I use it for answering comments on my YouTube channel. Sometimes I edit videos on here, photo editing for my social media, posting a lot over on Twitter. managing our giveaways and everything like that for the channel. So I do a lot of stuff on the phone, and the battery is okay for me, but a lot of people have complained about it. I would like to see Samsung improve that with the S23 Ultra, but it doesn't look like they're going to. Everything else about this is phenomenal. The camera's great, obviously. Since One UI 5 has come along, the software experience is great. They've improved so many things. You know, you got these new widgets to play with. There's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do with the Galaxy S22 Ultra in terms of the software. But at the end of the day, things that really need to improve are those things I just mentioned. The oleophobic coating would be nice. Battery life could improve a little bit. That would certainly be a nice thing. I think we can all agree with that. And then of course there can also be some camera improvements. And so let's talk about a little bit what we expect right now with the S23 Ultra. We expect 200 megapixel camera on the back. That's going to be a pretty big improvement, but it's not going to blow you away in everyday pictures. It's mainly going to be low light, and zoom capabilities are going to be improved on the new one. The battery is rumored to stay the same, so that's not really going to be a win. So if you're looking for battery life, if that was your main complaint, which again, it's not a huge problem for me, but for some people it might be, that's not going to get improved. The display is supposed to be getting improved. I haven't heard them mention anything about the oleophobic coating, but in terms of like the resistance to, you know, breakage and things like that, the display overall is supposed to get some improvements. We're supposed to get 8K video recording. I think 30 frames per second. I forgot seeing the exact specs, but 8K video recording through various of the cameras on the rear. What else? So a couple of other interesting rumors about making the Galaxy S23 Ultra satellite connectivity like the iPhone. I don't know that I really care so much about satellite connectivity like the iPhone. That doesn't really seem like a pretty, you know, that doesn't seem like a big deal to me that's going to change my opinion of the S23 Ultra or how I use it on a daily basis. The size is going to be about the same. We do know that the curvature is going to be a little different. So instead of being as rounded, it's going to be a little more square here, which is going to make it feel a little bit different in the hand. So that's certainly an interesting thing as well. And we're also supposed to be getting a brighter display, which Samsung displays are already really bright, but I'm not going to complain about an even brighter display on here. We can almost be sure Samsung's also going to have some new tricks from One UI 5.1, probably some new S Pen features, some cool stuff like that. But the overall design of this phone is going to stay the same, and it seems like the battery could as well, but they are rumored to do some pretty crazy optimizations that could improve the battery life on the software side. So we'll have to see what happens. There could be this low power mode that Ice Universe talked about. I don't know if I can find the tweet because it was a long time ago. But Ice Universe, I made a video talking about this low power mode, which would allow you basically all the functionality that you usually get on the S22 Ultra, but you would be able to use it in a lower power state. So that would obviously be a pretty powerful thing if we could see that. But otherwise, if you're thinking about getting an S22 Ultra now, and you don't need to be on the bleeding edge of tech, I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, a lot of you who watch this channel are like me and you want the newest phone all the time, and I understand that. That's me. And I always want to be able playing with the newest thing. But if you don't need that, and if you don't get excited by that, the S22 Ultra is still a great value. The price, there's great deals Samsung has right now for the Discover Winter event. You can find them even cheaper probably on a site like SwapUp for if you want a used one. So I'd say if you're really thinking about S22 Ultra and none of those things are super appealing and you don't feel like this is a hobby for you that you enjoy, that you want to get the newest phone, the S22 Ultra is a great buy in my opinion. And I really enjoyed it. I think it's still going to be a beast of a phone going into 2023. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification icon for future videos like this. Again, you guys can check out the mystery boxes if you're set on ordering an S23 Ultra. I know a lot of you guys are going to order one just like me. Let me give you a free case, a phone stand, cleaning kit, some randomly inserted gift cards, some fun stuff to help you enjoy the experience even more. I'd love to give back to the community. Appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.